Hey guys, it's me, Freddy Pop Collector, and today we're going to be once again talking about Dawko songs. A few months back, I made a ranking of every single Fnaf Dawko song from worst to best. Since that original ranking, we've had one new song released in September, that being the Lonely Freddy song, the next installment in their Fazbear Frights songs album. And yes, before someone comments, I am aware of the Big Band remix. You don't need to worry about that. That will be in the updated ranking when I eventually get around to it. So if this isn't the updated ranking, then what is this video? Well, it all started when Dawko was live talking about his future Fazbear Frights songs, and here's what he had to say.
No, I'm not doing every song. I'm not doing a song for every single story, because some of the stories are a bit boring. Yeah, 1:35 AM's boring, I agree. Wasn't too bad, but a bit boring for a song. The plush strap chaser one is crazy. You got a lot to work with. At 1:35 AM, no. Room for One More will be a good song. Step Closer will be great. Step Closer will be a good song. Dance With Me? No. Boring story. The story about Chica as well. We'll probably skip that one too. The New Kid is a tough one. Maybe. I don't know.
So far, Dawko has made a song for every single story up to Lonely Freddy, and with Out of Stock coming next, it wouldn't really be so far-fetched to think that he's making one for every story. But no, as you saw, Dawko confirmed that he and Dhusta aren't interested in doing every story, and honestly, this is probably for the best, because Dance With Me, 1:35 AM, and Coming Home wouldn't really work as songs in my opinion. Step Closer and Room for One More are confirmed to be getting songs, which is great because those stories definitely deserve it. And finally, Dawko said he was on the fence about the New Kid, but if you want my opinion, I'd say he'll make it. There's quite a bit to work with here. So with all this information, I thought it would be fun to count down the top 5 stories I want to see as Dawko songs in the future. The only rule for this top 5 is it can't be a story we already know the fate of, so that means Dance With Me, Room for One More, Coming Home, 1:35 AM, and Step Closer won't be on this list because we already know if he's making those. This intro has drug out for way too long, so without further ado, let's jump right into the top 5 Fazbear Fright stories I would personally like to see as Dawko songs. Coming in at number 5, we have Blackbird. I believe this story holds a lot of potential, not just in lyrics, but the animation as well. The college campus is a very unique setting for a Fazbear Fright story, and this one would also do justice to 1:35 AM not getting a story, because this one and 1:35 AM are very similar, with the significance of the black feathers, the railroad tracks, and the ending centering around being regretful and fixing past mistakes. I can see this song being an absolute banger. So coming in at number 5, we have Blackbird. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have The New Kid. I know, Dawko did talk about this one, but he didn't confirm or deny if it was gonna get one, and I firmly believe it does. Sure, it may be hard to compact this entire story into a little song, but I think it can work, especially the Springlock scene. That would be so good. Devin, Mick, and Kelsey would obviously have great roles in the song. That week where Devin's having nightmares and thinking about all the way Kelsey could survive would obviously have great lyric opportunities in the song. Similar to Fetch, I could see the ending being loud, bombastic, and really epic with Devin meeting the same fate as Kelsey, with his arm being spring-locked inside the suit. Honestly, in my opinion, just a lot of potential overall. So coming in at number 4, we have The New Kid. Let's move on to the top 3. Coming in at number 3, we have a Fazbear Fright story that some of you maybe haven't even read yet, that being Find Player 2. This is the final 3rd story in the newest Fazbear Fright book, Prankster. Honestly, this mostly just comes down to material. There's so much to work with in this story. Similar to Into the Pit, Count the Ways, and Fetch, there's just so many epic scenes and plots to work with. This story has its own purple guy-ish character, a 1:35 AM-esque ending, and overall is a Fazbear Fright story that I would love to see a Dawko song adaptation. Coming in as runner-up, we have What We Found. As most of you know, I love FNAF 3, definitely my favorite of the original quadrilogy, and What We Found does so much justice to FNAF 3 and the location Fazbear Fright. The story has Hudson walk around the attraction, meet Springtrap, jump from the bathroom to the office, all while having hallucinations running from his past. All of these different locations and memories have so much animation and lyric opportunity. Of course, the ending is sad and would be sad to see in the song, but you know, they're all sad. Except Out of Stock. Before going straight to the obvious number 1, let's list some honorable mentions. Sergio's Lucky Day, The Breaking Wheel, and Prankster were all considered for this top 5. They all have very special and unique plots, but honestly, it's really the animation that I don't see working for these songs. Sure, maybe Breaking Wheel could pull it off, even that one stretching it, but Sergio's Lucky Day and Prankster don't really involve animatronics that much, so it would probably be difficult to make an interesting animation, so I ultimately cut them from this list. Anyways, coming in at number 1 is obviously Bunny Call. It's the classic survive to 6 a.m. story, the cabin in the woods, the family element, all of it could come into play in the lyrics and animation beautifully. The final scene with Ralpho coming through the window, I could see being so cinematic and so awesome in SFM. The cabin in the woods setting is creepy, and Ralpho is such a different and unique antagonist. To this day, we don't know if he was really there or if he was even a human. A very rare case where the good guys actually won in the end, and overall, I think this story would be a great one to see in a Dawko song, and the one that I personally want to see the most. And with that being said, that was the top 5 Fazbear Frights stories I personally believe deserve Dawko songs. Thank you guys so much for watching. This video was one that I've wanted to do for a while because it was such an interesting topic, and when I found out Dawko wasn't making all the stories, I wanted to make this ASAP, but I wanted to wait a little bit to wait for Prankster, and I'm glad I did because 2 of those stories actually ended up in this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you're new. My next video will be the updated ranking of every single Fazbear Frights story from Into the Pit all the way to Prankster. Excited for that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.